Joining me back here on the Rich Eisen Show from the Pittsburgh Steelers, who once upon a time 1-4, now 4-4. Big game against the Los Angeles Rams. And one of the many reasons why this defense is vastly improved this year is because they went in and reached out and got a Michigan man. His name's Devin Bush back here on the program. How you doing, Devin?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How have you found your first professional season midway through so far?
So far, so good. So far, so good. It's fun. You learn a lot. You're around a bunch of guys that love football all day. So, I mean, it's a dream come true.
What have you learned?
A lot. It's a lot. I just learned how to be a professional, mainly. I think that's the biggest thing I learned, how to have balance, with your life on the field and off the field. So I'm still in the works of figuring that out and going through my first year midway through, and I think I'm on the right track.
Walk me through that. What do you mean you're trying to figure out balance? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I mean, you're a professional on and off the field, everything's not going to be perfect on the field, of course. We started the season, with a couple losses and, kind of people was like, all right, they're going to the tank. We lost our starting quarterback and trying to adjust off the field. I didn't bought my first house. That's cool. Getting those things done, getting everything situated, and being able to work off the field, doing appearances. It's just a whole bunch of things, man. So just carrying myself as a professional, getting things done, at work and after work.
How has Tomlin put his thumbprint on this team? Walk me through that too, Devin.
I think the biggest thing Coach Tomlin does is he's straightforward. He's never trying to trick you to anything. He's never trying to lead you the wrong way. He tells you black and white, your circumstances, on the team as well as your role and what he's looking and expecting out of you. So it's not it's not like you walking into here blindly. You kind of got an expectation, so you got to live up to that, and only you got control over that.
Sure. Share with me what he told you his expectations of you.
He hasn't came out and really expressed that, But I know Coach Tomlin believes in me. I know this team does, and I know his coaching staff does. So, I'm gonna do my best to be the best player I could be.
So you're one of two rookies with multiple interceptions this season, and only one of two rookies with a defensive touchdown this season. What has been the biggest adjustment from the collegiate Big Ten level to the National Football League for you out there on the field, Devin?
Everybody's good. Everybody's big. Everybody's fast. Everybody's strong. Everybody's elite. So I think that's one thing you got to get adjusted to. Is it's not all about how physically gifted you are. It's about how mentally sharp you are, how ready, and how you prepare.
And what's the challenge that the Rams present to you that you've already seen on film or discussed in your meeting rooms, Devin?
Yeah, they got weapons everywhere, offense, defense, and special teams. And, they play as a good team collectively. They feed off each other. They played in the Super Bowl, so they have the formula. They've been there. They've been in big games. So these guys are trying to fire on all cylinders. And, they just present a lot of good matchups. So going to be a lot of good matchups Sunday. Of course, with Todd Gurley, the Titans they have, Golf, and the defense is really good. Of course, Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. There's a bunch of guys that play a major role in that Rams, team, and they do a good job.
Devin Bush here on the Rich Eisen Show. In the NFL 100 season, we'll go way back to before you were born between the Steelers and the Rams in a Super Bowl that took place between them way back in the day. But I imagine in your own household growing up, there were a lot of Rams material around because your dad won a Super Bowl with St. Louis.
That's right. Yeah, he did.
So that's got to be a little weird in a way, I guess, that the Rams are going to be standing in front of you that way.
I mean, Michigan played Florida State my freshman year, so I think I've been through it.
I like that. Well, you just walked me into this next one. Kind of an interesting memory lane with Michigan playing Michigan State this weekend, don't you think?
Big memory lane. Definitely. I'm super excited about that game.
Okay, well, let's you and I, if you will, lock arms and march down memory lane on that front. Devin, what do you recall about that day, do you think?
The only thing I remember from that day is 93 total yards of offense. That speaks for everything, so. That's the only thing I remember.
That's the only thing you remember from that day?
You trying to get me out of character, Rich?
No, Devin, I'm trying
You trying to get me in trouble?
Excuse me. You're a professional now. You're a man who's being paid for your work. This thing's called This thing's called the past. This is not you in any way, shape, or form affecting your draft grade or any. No, sir. You are now officially, based on the first 8 games this season, a professional grown-ass man, Devin. So let's discuss part of the work that you gave to the grounds crew that day in East Lansing.
Man, yeah.
Remember that?
Let's go down memory lane. Yeah. I had a lot of green and white on the bottom of my cleats that day. I had a lot of that on the bottom of my cleats. Things got real tippy out there, man. Somebody's logo got messed up. I don't know who did it.
Yep.
It was almost a brawl. I didn't know what was going on.
But
the game starts.
Yep. Game starts, and then you got and then you said 93 total yards of offense.
Yeah.
Hey,
just 93 total yards offense.
But I do really want to stir something up, and I honestly, and it's not purposefully, but I want to know, because as a Michigan guy, as you know, a Michigan fan, and this is a blood rivalry, okay, and sometimes literally so with families and everything. D'Antonio, he knew, right? He was there smiling, right? He was smiling.
Of course.
Right? He was.
Of course.
Because you could see
it's a rivalry. It's a rivalry.
He thought it was funny, or he was laughing as the players arm in arm marched straight through your warm up, right?
Exactly. Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, he did. But it's all right though.
Well,
I mean, he got what he was looking for. It was so bad. It was so bad though. You know, you see the jerseys they start wearing.
What do you mean?
You didn't see that new jersey?
No, not yet. I haven't paid much attention.
Okay, you didn't. They got these neon jerseys with state across the front of them, and I don't think that's whoever made that design. I think they did that in the dark for real.
And then just last thing on this: is it true they told you that they'd already done their arms walk through and that you could go out there and warm up? Didn't they tell you that before the game? They told you.
What?
When that they did their usual drill of walking arm in arm and walking through?
I never seen them do that my whole career. Yeah, not one time to that day.
Because they said they do it all the time. They say they do it every game.
Never heard or seen of it. Never until that day.
Where are you going to watch it Saturday? Or do you have time to do it? What do you got?
I'm gonna watch it. I really want to head over there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I got some other things to do.
Well, I guess next weekend. So, but at some point you'll be watching this game, correct?
Oh, at some point. Oh, yeah. Speed up. Yes, sir.
I'll
be watching this game.
I can't
very
wait.
Closely. It's going to be a lot of Twitter fingers.
So you tweet during the games, huh? You do that? Sometimes it's tough for me.
This game I am.
Well, this
game I am.
It's tough for me, man. It's tough because it get me so pissed off from time to time. But
man, hey. It's a rival, like you said. It's about blood.
Right. It's a big game, man. It's a big game, Michigan State.
You already Rich Eisen, so just let it be.
Hey, Devin. Look, I love strolling down this memory lane with you, brother. And congrats on the way things have started for you in Pittsburgh. It's been fun to watch and fun to see. And let's stay in touch, okay?
All right, yes, sir. Appreciate it.
You take care of yourself, Devin.
All right,
that's Devin Bush.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.